the Bat Community Call for Tuesday, October 15th, 2024. Hope you all are having a good week and had a good weekend. It's been, it's been eventful. Feel like lots of cool stuff on the timeline, and lots of interesting things happening. Never getting weird enough in these election years. But I'm glad you're all here, and I'm excited for the call today. I don't know if Jenny's here or anybody got the deck.
I think Paula's going to run the deck. She might need a few minutes though. So
No problem. No
um,
problem. How are you doing, Drew?
I'm doing well. Just yeah, uh, like you said, it's crazy and weird and busy, but all good. Looks like Paula's got the deck there. But yeah, everything's well. Thanks.
Yeah, no, glad to have you here, man.
Mhm. And I think yeah, Jenny's actually I think traveling, so I'll start off on the deck whenever you want us to.
Yeah, you let it rip, man.
Okay. Hey, you
Please
ready,
let me
Paula?
know. Yes, can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Go ahead.
All right, let's do this thing. So, yeah, welcome to the community call, and here's the Bat Community Weekly Highlights, brought to you by none other than me, Jenny. Just kidding, Drew. Um, So, yeah, we had two spaces last week, one on Wednesday, one on Friday, with a new, format. And I guess we're doing twice a week. So last Wednesday was on familiarity and being the key to onboarding, and Fridays was standing out as a digital creator. I think both were good. I was able to listen in on Wednesdays and participate on Fridays a bit, but both I thought were really well. And then this week we got two more again. So tomorrow we got What Does Attention Mean to You? Of course, Luke and the community team will be on that, as well as Neo Tokyo, Spin Top, My Neighbor Alice, and Flues. So those are the other. And then on Friday, the topic will be how to increase Web3 adoption, with, of course, us from the community team, Altcoinist, Age of Dino, Portal, Bitcoin, and SwordChain. So that some couple. And if you guys have topics or guests or things like that you guys want, let us know. Feel free to send over those suggestions as you want. So next slide, Paula. Yeah, let's see. So after last week's call, we were talking about maybe reviving or kind of adding more to the Telegram, not the old one necessarily, but the Bat Brigade one that's over there, I think. Um, Kind of the idea is that, there's a lot of people, especially in the Web3 side of things, that use Telegram, especially in different areas of the world, Asia and some of those places that use it a lot. Not to mention a lot of the bots and integrations for Web3 things that could be helpful for the community and people that want to use that platform. We're just trying to meet people where they are. So, and if there's anybody out there that has experience with moderating Telegram and other things like that, please let us know. Reach out to Jenny on Twitter, I guess is the ideal way to do that. So just a reminder that we're kind of going to maybe look into revamping and reviving the old Telegram. So like getting the old band back together. Next slide, Pa. All right, so other things that we have going on, events and sponsorships. Hack CBS 7.0 is India's biggest student hackathon. The ambassador is Cradian, and then Jenny is working with that. And then Kiboko DAO, Youth Month in Kenya until November 14th. And that's something that Stan is working on, and some of the African ambassadors over there. So we got India event and African event in Kenya. So that we've got Paula that's working on a video for Brave Search. And this is in the content and creativity column here. and then weekly BAT NFT drops from Guillermo by Drip House, and then also some other creator collabs and some case studies on maybe some running some ads on some of those. So, and then next is collaborations. We got Sage Burn and Bandit. That ends on October 31st. So if you're wanting to get the Sage and Burn for that, you have a few more weeks for that, or just over a few more weeks. And then, of course, we've got several other partner collabs in progress. To be revealed soon by basically everybody on the team's working on different collabs, and they're different stages of progress there. So got some exciting stuff coming on, I think, though. So next slide, Paula. Okay. Oh, I guess this is the African ambassadors up there. So I'll give it over to Godson, and we'll go from there. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Drew. Hello, everybody. This is Godson with your African Ambassadors update for the week.
Hey, Godson.
Hello. I have like my Spanish off to the side, so I can say next slide, please, in Spanish to Paula, but we'll see if it works. So yeah, this week we had a couple events. Like Drew mentioned earlier, we have this like partnership with Kiboko DAO in exchange for some ad space in Africa. They are taking Stan with them on a university tour. This university tour will last like a month until like November. So we should get like regular updates from Stan as the whole thing unfolds. This week, well, yeah, last week actually, while we were on the last a community call, Stan was in the Catholic University of East Africa. So this I'll of course dive into some more details on his presentation as we go along. He also went to ZTech University today. If you guys remember, we had sent him to ZTech University a couple months earlier with the Avalanche DAO, I believe. And then, because of how well received he was, they've essentially been like asking him to, come back and, talk some more. So today he was able to go there and give a presentation. We'll have some pictures for you as we go along. And then finally, Adamak was at an event. This is ASIS. It's like an association for the engineering students. So it's not like a tech thing per se, but he also managed to get us like a collab as well. Siguiente página, por favor. Thank you. Look at me. Yeah. So this event was pretty cool. There's a like they live streamed the whole thing. There's a 5-hour live stream. Thanks, Paula. There's a 5-hour live stream. I'm gonna put it in the chat if you can go watch it later. So from around 4 hours and 20 minutes, that's when Stan begins his speech. So and it's pretty cool because in the live stream, basically every time there's like a pause, they would play like an ad for Brave. So we have like this, pretty much the whole thing is like a Brave ad every like 20-30 minutes ish with each speaker. So it's like a pretty cool thing. There was like a bunch of people there. Stan had so much success with on-chain rewards, which he calls lifetime rewards. It's a little branding thing that he's coming up with. I like it. Yeah, he calls them lifetime rewards. So he had so much success with promoting lifetime rewards that I believe Jenny is gonna like set up a whole new like block survey for him so he can use it on the campaign as he goes along with Kiboko DAO. He also gave away like $10 in airdrops or something like that. So it was a pretty cool thing just to watch him do his work. You can't see it, but off to the side there's the brave flex that he always takes with him with the QR code and stuff. Yeah, I know this stuff will go on for like the next month. So he may not be able to follow them all throughout the month, but we should have him booked pretty much for the next 30 days.
Nice.
Next slide, please. Yeah, so this is ZTech University. This is a much smaller thing. They just had him come back and talk to the students just because they liked him so much from the presentation he did earlier in the year when he was there with the Avalanche DAO. We should probably like start a DAO or something just to help organize these things, but that's a discussion for another time. But yeah, this is just today. So he took these pictures today. He sent them to me, and then I put them in a slide. But yeah, that's it. Next slide, please. And then finally, we had Adamak in southwestern Nigeria. Like I said, this is not a tech event, but he managed to get us on as like a sponsor. You can see our the bat and brave logo in the picture stand there behind him, to his over his head to the top left. He also presented our what we are and what we do. The picture to the right, all the way to the right, is the slide that he's been using to make these presentations. So I just wanted to throw all this in there. This was not like a planned event. He just happens to be an engineering student on campus on on the day, and then he just kind of like rustled up the whole thing together. He printed his own T-shirt and everything. So I just wanted to give him that little shout out there. Yeah, that's it. That's it for us this week. We'll see you next week with more updates. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
You lied. So I'm here to talk about Echo. We're releasing another drop this Thursday. Basically, we're doing each Thursday new drop, so new week, new drop. And now we're revisiting the older collection that I was working on last week, which is the Bat Desert Planet. And it's dropping this Thursday at 4 p.m. ETC +1. One other thing that I did, just to see if it boosted engagement or not, was releasing another drop as an announcement. So literally today, I released this poster just announcing that this Thursday we'll have the entire drop. Let's see if that increases the number of downloads or not, and just curious to see. Next slide, please. Thank you. So these are basically the contents that are going to be featured on the common from this zine. These are the entire remasters, and yeah, they basically look like this. I think I have another slide next that talks about different traits. Yeah, there you go. So basically, the common will feature all of the prior that you just seen. The rare will feature those plus the original ones, since these are remasters from the original collection. And a legendary is a video that for some reason Google Slides does not, allow integration of. So it will be a surprise. On Thursday, you'll be able to see the video. It's a video that we did on the same theme around 2 years ago or a year or so ago. And it's just from a friend of mine who does VFX, and he's really good at it. And he made it with Bat, so I'm very excited to show that one. These are some videos that I've been doing, just announcing the drops. And I've been seeing that they usually get a little bit more engagement. The past one, for example, has considerably high engagement considering my account. And it still in 1 hour did, 4 retweets, 3 comments, and 9 likes, which is above average for my content, which is sad, but at the same time impressive to see the boost in engagement. The next slide has the analytics, basically show this. I have the numbers to back it up. Of course, it's not probably just me posting the videos at random, but overall, there's an increase of my engagement on X, and it's something that I'm seeing, that I'm noticing, and starting to understand what appeases the algorithm. So that's something interesting that we've been doing for some time, and this is a little bit more data that can back it up. Oh, this is from the new collection that I'm working on this week. This is still unfinished, but overall, I just want to provide some wallpapers for your Brave browser whenever it's not showing a new ad on the new ad takeover. So, for the time in between, I'll make around 3 of these, and I'll make sure to share them and drop them in Echoes so you can have full ownership over them, which I think it's a cool concept. I think that's it from my end. Oh no, this is from the past one. I should have deleted this one. This was it from my end.
Okay, so it's my turn, I guess. So yeah, like this last week, there was a karate combat event, and so a lot of social media and stuff, posts like that, that highlight kind of the Brave logo there. And if you could, I wish I could like do a little better job of, well, I didn't want to show the videos and stuff in case some people are into the combat side of things, but that's okay.
Hey,
Um,
don't let that hold you back.
yeah, it's all good.
More.
Yeah, all right. Next time we'll get some of that in. Also, I kind of ran out of time and maybe cutting down and editing some of that stuff. But anyways, I just kind of want to highlight here. The one on the top is actually a X post from UFC Fight Pass. So it's kind of getting some play from other other groups, such as, yeah, like you say, see here, UFC. I think Dana White posted something about Karate Combat, and then also ESPN Sports Center on Instagram posted something. That theirs didn't necessarily show Brave in the pictures that they had, but you can kind of see that it's getting more and more views and eyes on it and things like that. So and then the top one is like this grappling match where you have to submit the opponent, so there's not the striking aspect of it. But the guy there that's in the area like jumped off the top of the pit there, the wall, and right there with the Brave in the background. So the video shows like Brave the whole time until the end. He kind of jumps over the guy, gets him in an armbar by jumping um, over him, and it was pretty crazy. There was another post of this video that got or has about 1 million views on it. And then yeah, like Guillaume just said, Alex Piera's sister fought, and that's that middle picture there is from Karate Combat's. Karate Combat's Instagram, and those are like basically like pinned posts in there. And the one on the left is a video of her kind of winning her match, and then she runs over at the end to her brother, who's like one of the biggest stars in all of UFC, and gives him a hug, and it kind of zooms in on her, and she's right above the Brave and Bat logo. And actually, in the next slide, there's a screenshot of that, but. I just wanted to kind of show that the one on the right of their Instagram is a pinned post from that one event I think over the summer where the guy got kicked and laid out right over the Brave and Bat logo, and as you can see, it's got 826,000 likes. I think back when we posted, it had like 29 or 30 million views, and that was several months ago. So I'm not sure how many it has now, or how much the other ones had, because I'll have to get that from them. But yeah, Alex Pierre he's a big deal. He was there at the event, obviously supporting his sister, and so there's a lot of videos like this, not just from Karate Combat, but other fans and influencers that watch and attend these events and stuff. So, and then if you look, the bottom one is the live broadcast on Twitter that shows 5.6 million views, and when you start that broadcast, it has this kind of before the match began kind of shows the different sponsors, and Brave is like I think the second one that shows up, and so lots of views on Brave there. So if you show the next slide, Paula. Oh, okay. I'm kind of zoomed in on my phone. So this one, it kind of zooms in. That's Alex Pereira's sister after she won her fight, and it kind of showed that for a little while, her hugging him, and it was posted, by a few different people with probably probably millions of views on that. Yeah, so like lots of good stuff going on there. If you go back to the last slide, sorry. I get my other notes there. It's like same stuff, trivia every week with Dave. Appreciate him doing that. There's 2 spaces each week, tomorrow and Friday. Those kind of things going on, and then more self-custody onboarding, like Godson mentioned. I think Stan and those guys are killing it, giving Jenny work to do to add those folks in. But I know she was adding them in Fridays. If you put your name on the list last week or so, then you should be getting that invite if you haven't already. And she'll keep adding those as they come. So, and I think we'll get an announcement, some more broader announcements as well on that as well. So, thanks, Paul. You can scroll through next one and the next one, and it's your turn.
Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a lovely day. So a quick update today. So first, as a team with the Latam Bad ambassadors, we wanted to reinforce our engagement and participation in X through the different regional accounts, but not only like reposting from Bad Latam or other Brave and Bad related stuff, but also we wanted to create our own content. I'm sorry. So each one of the ambassadors has been focusing on different areas. For example, Donatello and Eric at events. Well, now they're going to start working more on social media, but their main focus as a team has been, as the Bad Mexico team, has been events. And also Wilfredo has focused on both. Rafael also with streams on Twitch, and Luis mainly on X, like reposting, sharing information, and joining the weekly spaces we do with Unfungible. But we really want to focus on more content in X because we already have the resources there. We just need to organize it. So we are going to be working on that. And like Drew said, we already started making a new video that's going to be focused on Brave Search. So I'm going to do that in the same format as the Echo video that I did a couple of weeks ago, like the TikTok screen. I mean the TikTok green screen. But the idea is to like kind of experiment and vary the content and editing styles. So I'll be sharing it with you very soon. But as always, feel free to leave a suggestion of content that you would like to see on a specific topic or feature, because this is for you. So don't forget to leave a suggestion if you have any. And I think it's nice and necessary to share like a weekly Brave Shield from X. So this time I came across one of Keith's many replies, and I say many not only because from my own experience I can always find them while scrolling, but also because people on X are all expecting them. So here are 3 replies I found both funny and awesome, and I wanted to share them here as well. So thank you, Keith, for always spreading the word and raise awareness about Brave and Bad. And that's all from my side today. Thank you so much. And this is this is all from our presentation for this week. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, gang. That was a great set of updates. Much appreciated. Love what everybody's doing. And I see here too, I don't mean to put him on the spot, but David Collini's here, like from the community. I see. I don't know. You just released a new app or product, whatever, project, right? Like, I don't know if you want to share with folks here what that is. I thought it was pretty cool. If not, no worries. But if so, feel free to chime in and share a bit. Or we can come back to you if that's what you want to do. But I think I tweeted it out earlier, so give it a look on my timeline from David. It was pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, we had a bunch of stuff going on. Working on finding out what's up with the on-chain settlement status. Should be able to get back on that soon. What else are we doing? Oh, David says his mic's not working. One sec. Cool. Yeah, whenever's clever, man. Just jump right in when your mic's working. I know you're on, but yeah. Also, a huge shout to Keith for all the ongoing support and show posts. Pretty awesome. I think I just sent him a novel and a half on what's it called? One of these blog posts that were out there. But yeah, I mean, I think a couple of things like I'm noticing one, we're getting a bunch of attention now because of a few things. Like there's this antitrust stuff with Google, the remedies come out, Brave's going to get brought up more and more with those, which is great. Also, for what it's worth, check out the brave.com/podcast. I had JP Schmetz, who leads on our ad side on the podcast. He actually went into a little bit about the antitrust stuff from a search perspective. Folks here might find it interesting. Plus, he's just a legend and has been around the block, several blocks. But I think there's one bucket of those antitrust actions we'll get some attention around. Another one is around Manifest v3 on Google Chrome. So people are starting to see it now, where they're starting to see these ad blocking extensions are sending. They're getting prompted by Chrome that the support's going to be sunsetting or going away for them. And I'm starting to see a bunch of people tweeting about, hey, I haven't thought of leaving Chrome, but I'm thinking of leaving Chrome. Where do I go? And people are chiming in there with Brave. And, we're going to keep getting more attention from that, I think, especially too, because it seems like Gorehill from uBlock was having some issues with the Firefox extension folks. And yeah, there was some turbulence around that, but I think these things just mean more people coming on. But I also what's happening too is like starting to see a lot of people kind of some people throwing FUD out there. A lot of it's kind of old and dated and easy to kind of combat, but I think it's something we're probably going to see more of. So if anybody ever has anything, they see something weird or don't have a response for or whatever, feel free to DM me on X, and I'm happy to kind of work through it. And I'm trying to kind of make a short list of counters to these things as we go forward. But I'm kind of surprised too, we're getting thrown some pretty ancient history stuff, but I just think it's something that's going to happen because more and more, because with more attention that we get, you're going to have people that are going to be anti that or whatever. But I also think I just want to kind of make it clear. I know everyone, it is clear here, but some of the FUD, it was just kind of head scratching. Like people were saying, well, Brave's making revenue from the ad platform, like that's a bad thing. And it's not a bad thing. I think one thing that gets lost a lot in these back and forths on social is that what we've done here is something that okay, people might complain about not getting that much, they're not paying a phone bill on what they're earning with Brave, or whatever, but we've come up with a way that can account and effectively match things to users that businesses are using and generating revenue without compromising users' privacy. And I think that's one of those small things that's not small, it's a big thing. And if you look at how everything else works on the internet, it's user hostile as far as their privacy goes. You're basically handing over your privacy for some bargain of a free web, which isn't a bargain or a deal you made, right? And I think that's people throw these paper cut feases a fud at us like, oh well, it's not that meaningful, or their Braves making revenue from this, like it's a bad thing. Like we're a business, like that's what do you think pays the engineers, like or the team, or pays to keep the lights on? It's not, we don't have some cushy Google search deal where we just hand over users, intents to them, and keep, doing whatever we want to do. Like part of what we're doing is doing the hard thing, and part of that's remaining independent and building things from the ground up, and it takes time. But I just, it's one of those things that really kind of bugs me sometimes. Is like people act like, hey, like generating revenue is a bad thing. It's like, it's actually not like a bad thing. Like, I mean, I kind of get lost in the drum circle a little bit of some of this stuff where, what do you expect? Like, do people are just gonna do this stuff for free? Like, it's not feasible. Anyway, it's kind of a rant there, but it's just funny, like, to see, like, and I don't think it like is bad to say that either. We are a business, like we need to generate revenue, like, but more than that, like the revenue we're generating is doing so because we've built a way that can generate revenue without compromising the user's privacy. Like that's a user first method of generating revenue, which has been ignored by the tech space. Even now, I mean, like even in 2024, there were rumors for years, like claims for years, of Chrome taking third party cookies out of the browser. Oh, we're going to do it. Then a couple of years later, it's still coming, we're going to do it. And then no, we're not going to do it. I mean, like, if you think about the amount of money they have in R&D and all of this, like, it's pretty crazy that I know there's not a lot of folks like Brave that are out there that are building things that are user first, that and the other folks that are, we should give them airtime and show them some love. But I think, I just wanted to put that out there because it's kind of a pattern I'm seeing where, like, oh, you're not pure because you're generating revenue. And it's like, well, like, what? Like, I don't know, where I don't even, it's so bizarre, but whatever. Anyway, that said, I will I'll open it up for questions. But check out that podcast. I think we've got a whole bunch of others in the hopper too that are pretty cool coming out. And appreciate all of you being here too. So if there's anything you guys want to drill in on, let's talk about it.
Is my microphone working?
It is. David, man, welcome, and congrats on shipping. Like, love if you feel like sharing a bit about what you've done. It was super cool to see, and love folks to hear about it.
Thank you, Luke. Yeah, it's a open source project, and really the main point of it, well, okay, what it is it has different categories of like applications, such as browsers, search engines, music, YouTube front ends. Those are the 4 ones right now. I'm hoping to expand in the future. And really, it's charts of features, and it shows a check if the application meets the criteria, and then an X if it doesn't, and then a yellow slash if it's like ambiguous. And I try to explain it as succinctly and easily as I can. And really the point of this, like my main like goal is that you could just send this website to like your friend or like your whoever, and just like show them like, hey, this application is a lot more private than this application. And it's really obvious to me as I made this website just how like good Brave is. Yeah, I hope the community can use this software compare as a way to just tell their friends, tell their family, Brave is doing X, Y, and Z. Here's just an objective view of what Brave's doing, and switch to Brave, whatever.
That's super cool, man.
Yeah.
Like I love it. Like are you, and I mean, David, we've gone back and forth, and you have seen you on X quite a bit, like over the years too. Like, what are you like? Are you still a student? Like, let's give some folks some background. What are you doing in the world these days?
I'm a sophomore majoring in computer science. I go to Stevens Institute in Hoboken.
Cool.
This is a free time project. I really just do it because I'm passionate about it. Honestly, I want to see good software be used. I want to see not good software not be used. Yeah, big privacy advocate.
That's fantastic, man. I wanted to make sure we gave you, like, since I saw you here, that we give you a shout. Feel free to put the link for it in the chat too, if it's easy for you, because I'd love for
Yeah.
folks to give it a look. And is there any other areas you're thinking about kind of expanding or taking the tool like in any different directions, or what's the goal? Are you gonna just kind of build up on what you have there, or any other areas you're thinking about working in?
Right now, since it's such a new project, I just want to focus on, like, adding new applications, adding new browsers, adding new search engines, adding new categories too. I started coding a new homepage, so it just like you could just scroll through different categories and stuff. And a big part it's a small part, but it's a big part to me, is that there's links when you click on the checks or the X's, and those basically just verify to the user, to the viewer of the website, like, I didn't just like make this like information up, like, here's a way to verify the information. But I'll just see where this project takes me. Like, right now I have a pretty clear vision, but if it expands further beyond that, I'm happy to expand the project.
That's awesome, man. And if folks have feedback for you, or they want to share anything, how would you recommend they get in touch with you?
My Twitter DMs are open on my personal and on Software Compare. If you want to go on the GitHub, it is an open source project, so you could create an issue, you could create a pull request, you could message me on Discord, session. Yeah, it's all on the website. So
Awesome.
if you want to contact me, it's there.
Cool, man. Well, David, thank you for. I know I put you on the spot here, but I thought
Yeah.
it was super cool, and I think that these tools like are helpful. There's like not a ton of. I mean, there's some other ones that are out there, but I think it's a pretty important thing. Like, one, to be able for us to throw like people to objective, like third parties that are comparing things, versus throwing our own Kool-Aid at them all the time, and then two, just making. The more of these tools that we have out there, the more they're going to connect with people in different ways. And a lot of time when people first run into those issues where they weren't really thinking about privacy, and then they have a data breach happen or find something out that kind of turns them on to it, like the next step is typically like, where do I go? And these kinds of tools like the one you're making are the things that help people to learn about how well they're protected on what they got, like what they can get that's even better, etc. So appreciate what you're doing, especially given you're just doing this as a side thing, and you're working on your degree and all that. Super cool, man.
Thank you so much. If you like the project, it is Brave verified, so send love, send tips.
Bad tips, man.
Love that.
Super cool, man. I know that was also why too, because I mean, I know we've gone back and forth quite a bit over DMs over the years about Bad and what we're doing, and it was just whenever we have somebody with a new project, I always want to kind of support them and get it out there in front of the community and all of that, and super cool.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Zcash wrapping in the wallet, if that gets developed by the Zcash Foundation. That'd be great.
Yeah, we're working on it, on the shielded transactions and memos in the I think hopefully pretty soon.
Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah. C-Ray, you got a hand up. How's it going, man?
Hey, doing all right. I know Hurricane definitely kept me out for a little bit.
Oh man, I hope everybody's all right.
Yeah, fortunately everything was okay. Just it was a few days without electricity and stuff, and of course it was happening right on my birthday too. So
Oh my
uh,
gosh, that's
y-
terrible.
yeah. But hey, David, are you still on with us?
I'm still on.
What I did want to try to look through, I was just hitting your website, the software compare on my phone, and I take it you're going to be building out on this quite a bit. Like, are you ever going to have more information, or it's just this vague details as I'm seeing?
What do you mean?
Well, what I mean is, like right here, I was looking at Brave, and I see that one of the things you put was local website translation. And
Right.
on that, I'm seeing an X, and I guess I was trying to think about translation. Like Brave does have a translation program in it, but I wasn't seeing anything there.
Uh,
Um, and all that, but just really trying to understand as I'm looking at everything that you're rating as far as features. Um, wasn't sure if you were ever going to expand more of what they do. For example, more details on maybe ad blocking or something like that, or I'm drawing a blank on trying to put it in the right words, but I guess what I was seeing here is just like a very basic comparison, nothing like
yeah.
detailed or rankings or saying, hey, like this is a 9 out of 10, this is a 1 out of 10, or whatever.
Well, the main focus of the website is to keep it like very normie, if for lack of a better word, normie friendly. Um, I will admit that the like blocking stuff is very bare bones because it is so new. Um, yeah, I'll add if there's any fingerprinting protections that I need to add or anything, or I'll probably add forget me when I close this site because Brave has that feature. No other browser really has it that easily as Brave does. If you have any recommendations, feel free to go on GitHub and recommend them. But yes, I will expand that in the future.
All right, no, awesome. I just was trying to wrap my mind around it. I saw the website, and I also wasn't even sure if you were looking at doing anything like an extension to where, as people maybe was visiting websites or going to download programs, it would have said something. But I'm guessing that's more of a privacy thing to where it wouldn't be beneficial for most.
Yeah.
All right,
Cool.
thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Any other questions from folks or anything you guys want to talk about? I got Godson on PC and Godson with the hand up. Oh, Crypto Resistance, how's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Why don't you think that people understand the relationship between privacy and censorship?
Yeah, it's a good that's a good question. I think because they're both kind of complicated on their own, and you know, it's one of those things where the censorship bit is based on what people are saying out loud, right? Like, whereas like a lot of the privacy issues are around like things that you're doing that aren't necessarily, public or out there. And so sometimes they kind of get conflated a bit between those two things. But I think that, both are important. Was there something more specific? Happy to drill in a bit more on that one if you want.
Oh no. I just that's what I've been hopping on the Twitter with a lot of people because they seem to not understand that there is a relationship between the two, and it's a very important relationship.
Yeah, and totally. And I think that, there's all these things, like people like to throw like freedom out there and whatever, but like if you can't have privacy, or the ability to create like without people looking over your shoulder, um, you know, what is how they define freedom, right? Like it is so important to have privacy by default, and whether you're creating a thing you broadcast into the world or whether you put it out there. And then the second thing is that and this is kind of where I also see this, like there's these misconceptions between censorship and privacy, and then there's also kind of like a disdain that people have around the crypto side of things too, where okay, like just because like people have these options where I can lean into one thing or the other. I can use all these different things together. Like, and it having crypto with the browser has no negative impact on the privacy protections that we have. Like, it's just different trade-offs depending on how public you're being with what you're doing on crypto, if you're even using it. Like, and it's another thing I think that people often, often just are kind of lazy about when they're throwing things out there. It's just that, like, these features, you enable them, right? Like the crypto stuff isn't just turned on. You have to go in and turn it on. It's there for people that want to access it. And I think that the balance right now, especially when you look at things like AI, and when you have things like crypto and all these things that they're scary for some people, people have opinions on them. But the reality is like, are you building the tools for the future into what you're using today? And are those features and tools like user first? And if they're not, or one's missing or the other, you're going to set your user base behind. And whether that hits today or a year from now or 2 years from now, either way, I mean, we're going to look back and see like, gosh, that was like a contested thing, but everybody's using this stuff. I feel pretty strongly about that. And I think, if you're going to be building the tools for tomorrow, you got to make them user first today and get them out there. And that is unnerving for some people, and some people want to use it as a negative. But I think that, the bigger majority will, the bigger we grow, the more people will kind of find their ways to these things, or the more we'll draw into bigger cohorts that'll make it known with these things. But I think the most important thing is that we all just kind of push forward, which we do every day, and appreciate everybody that does that. So yeah, let's see here. Any other questions from folks? We got 12 minutes left. Anybody?
This is not really a question per se, but I'm like pretty excited for the relaunch of the Telegram. I've been sort of advocating for it since that call a couple of weeks ago when I was still in Nigeria, and I was talking about how like the platform is pretty much what the entire like crypto people in Africa use more than Twitter and stuff. The thing is, like, I wonder how we're gonna do the rollouts, especially like if we actually want to make it like successful and stuff. I'm not sure how much the internal like higher ups like receptive to relaunching the Telegram. I know that it like people were not really excited for it before, so I'm not sure what changed now and when why.
Well, I think like what happened before was like whole SIM swapping thing, and getting all accounts were working except for the Telegram one got hijacked. And there were some issues, like basic ones, like trying to get control back, or finding like during that process, I found people that worked at Telegram. I thought they did at the time, that tried to extort us out of money. It was just a whole complicated, weird thing. But I think Godson, like my question to you, man, like I don't think there's not like a huge objection to this out, especially because it's already been out there. But like, what would be effective, right? Like, what would you suggest that we do? Let's talk about that with the group here. Like, what do you guys want to what do you guys want to be what would you want to see on the rollout, like that would help make it successful?
So for if I were to like execute this, right? Because I've done a couple of these type of things, not for as like as big a project as Brave and Bat, but Telegram has like this very simple way of like ordering a channel that makes it kind of like Twitter, where you basically just kind of like post something and then like the community can only reply as like a a comment to those posts. Obviously, like it's much more like Telegram is actually much more complex these days. You can have like channels within a channel. You can like essentially like build it out the way you build out Discord, but I think that's a little too much for us. But then I would also try to promote the launch with ads or something, or like some sort of event. Make it a somewhat eventful day. Getting the whole community to like signal boost the relaunch of the Telegram. But
And where do you think it would be best for us to launch it at? Like, are there specific area? Like, I mean, to promote it at, would it be like on Twitter or other areas like that you would suggest we go?
I say we simultaneously like signal boost everything, like launch it on Twitter, sorry, promote it on Twitter, promote it with ads, promote it with in our existing channels, like in the Discord. On I'm not like I don't think I'm not a big fan of Reddit, but stuff is happening there. We can put it on there, and maybe we should do it like on a day like this, right? Or
Mhm.
one of our community call days where we already have a somewhat like coalescence of people, and just kind of like, okay, we're gonna do this today. We'll launch it, do a little celebration, throw like a little giveaway in there or something like that. Or Guillaume can draw some NFTs or something. Try to make it a party, I guess.
That's cool. No, it's helpful, man. Yeah, I think that's let's definitely like maybe get the ambassadors involved too. And I just want to make sure we have enough coverage on the moderation side and the stuff's tight there. But I talked to Jenny about it too. It was like, here's what my concerns are.
Yeah,
And she
yeah. So
rolled to.
Telegram has like a whole like series of ways to essentially like be safe and secure. They're just not free. You can buy like what's it called again? It's not like a check mark on Telegram, but like a similar thing. You can get like you can prove yourself, and we can have specific people and give them check marks and all that stuff, and prevents imposters and scammers by having little like like steps, and we can make it work, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little bit of a event. Like we'll have to coordinate it and spend a little bit of money just to pay for some of the fraud prevention schemes that are available to us. But it's doable, and I think it's worth doing because
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it sounds like there's a lot more than when we were dealing with this stuff, like where there really wasn't much that you could do. I know that just from like jumping around the meme coin stuff, like all these different verification steps and like Matrica and or Matrica or whatever, and all these different services are out there too to help. So, yeah, I'm open to it. Let's put our heads together.
it's definitely come a long way. Yeah.
Yeah, I think C Ray's got a hand up too. What's up, C Ray?
Hey, I see we're starting to run out of time, but I was gonna see if you had any updates on either BAT roadmap or even state of BAT.
Yep, I do. I'm putting heads together with Brendan on it next week to get some final review on things, and then I'll have an update to follow there. But yeah, we're grinding away on it.
Okay, and I didn't catch up to what the week I missed, but we haven't had Chris on yet, have we?
No, not yet, not yet. We just got back from London, and I'm yeah, like I couldn't get him on today.
All right, no, that's fine. I guess main thing I was gonna ask is if we know if we have updates as far as like ZebPay for creators and all that stuff yet.
I don't know specifically on that one, but I will. Yeah, we'll check with Chris. I'm gonna meet with him on Thursday, so I'll ask him on Thursday.
All right, cool.
Cool, helpful. Anything else that we want to talk about? Anybody?
I don't know if now is a good time, but you were supposed to meet with us earlier today, but then you didn't show up. We felt bad, you know. We were like, "Damn, I can't believe Luke doesn't want to talk to us." But
Oh my gosh. Where was that? Was that the oh, you know what
Johnson
happened?
calls him out on the community call.
Was that on the oh, okay, I know what that was the one that was supposed to be yesterday and then got moved, right?
Yeah. So you know, it's not your fault, you know, but you know, we kind of
Oh
we
my
were looking
God.
forward to it. Everybody was, you know, there. We were all in our best uniform.
Oh, come on. I will I'll be at the next one, I promise. I did not intend to do that. My bad, you guys.
All good, all good.
I will be at the next one, I promise. We
Thank
will with bells on or bats or something. I don't know.
you.
Yeah, now I remember what I was gonna do. Okay, yeah. Yeah, and Jenny's traveling too, right? I wasn't okay, got it.
Yeah, she's traveling right now, which is why Drew had to take off for her on the
Yeah.
slides.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know, we gotta make you miss Jenny every once in a while.
The KC stuff coming up is looking pretty good too. Looking forward to that. Cool. Any other questions? We got 3 minutes left. Otherwise, I can wrap up early. And that's pretty good.
Yeah, one are we working on the Brave app for TV?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. It's a longer term item, I think, than recent. We will probably let's bring that one up after we get the roadmap out.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Cool. Anything else from anybody? All right, well, let's wrap it up for today. Thank you all for everything. Oh, the iOS thingy. I'm not sure. The black talking about the black night mode. Yeah. I have an open question after that. Let me find out and I'll ping you on X once I get an answer. But good, glad you asked them. Yeah, no, that's it. We'll wrap it up today. We'll be back 1 week from today. Same bad time, same bad channel. Thank you to David. Thank you to Drew, Paula, everybody for filling in on the slide deck. Great updates, good conversation. We'll be back 1 week from today. Till then, I'll see you all online. Have a good one. Take it easy.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys.
Recording has stopped.